I'm
What's
Chris.
up?
That's Pat. Pat, this morning I was trying to talk about Paul Goldschmidt, talk about how great Paul Goldschmidt had been this year.
Yeah.
And what did you say to me? You said that Paul Goldschmidt, he's just not really, no, he's not hitting for power, no pop in the good old bat.
He's just been, I just feel like he's,
I feel like he's been a singles merchant, is what it sounds like it.
I mean, what, 4 homers, 11 doubles is pretty impressive, though.
I was going to say, because guess what? He's got a higher slugging than the guy we're going to talk about here.
Then who?
He's got a higher slugging than Devers this year.
No way.
Yeah. Paul Goldschmidt. Paul Goldschmidt has been unbelievable this year. And I'm shocked by it. 500 slugging this year so far.
Yeah, that's all right. That's impressive.
Yeah, so can we redact the Goldschmidt little slander you had?
It wasn't slander.
Well, no, I'm just saying because both of our first basemen, we here. It's funny. The Yankees and the Guardians were almost in identical spots.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna spend $12 million for a veteran first baseman.
Yeah,
and then we're gonna get the young guy ready, Manzardo and Ben Rice. I think our experiment's going way better than yours.
Oh, 100%. I mean, people are calling for Carlos Santana's head in Cleveland right now, and I don't necessarily blame them. The problem is, like, it was such a sentimental free agent signing. That's what it was. And like Carlos, yeah, I mean, he's only 3 doubles, same amount of home runs as Goldschmidt, but only 3 doubles. I mean, that's not good.
Yeah. No, he's been not good, but are you surprised at all? This is kind of like what he is.
I mean, yes and no. I guess he's always been a slow starter, so I'm not surprised with where he's at right now. I just don't know. I'm concerned. Again, he's 39 years old. Like, I don't know how quickly he's going to be able to heat up the way, like, normally in the past, the calendar would flip to May, and there we go. Carlos Santana would heat up as the summer months started to get going. Well, I thought we saw it in the National Series because he kind of popped off, but then this last weekend against Philly, he was terrible. I mean, he went 1 for 9 in the series against Philly with a single. I mean, against Washington last week, he balled out, but that was about it. I don't know. I'm slowly over the Carlos Santana experiment, especially because of how well CJ Kayfus is playing in Columbus right now. I almost wish they would call him up soon, but I don't think it's going to happen.
So CJ Kayfus, but they don't even have him playing first base in AAA.
But that's, I mean,
is that just more like positional need or positional want?
Positional need, but also you could DH him. I think Manzardo has done fine at first base, so you could DH Kayfus and switch that Manzardo Santana platoon to Manzardo and CJ Kayfus, I think. But
yeah, that's fair. I honestly, I just want to open up the show with some Paul Goldschmidt love because he's been absolutely absurd to start the year, and he's hit all over the lineup. He's hit first, he's hit second, he's hit fifth. He's hit wherever they needed him to. He's done a really good job. And right now, I'm like thrilled with the Yankees offense. And it's weird because I feel like they have too many bats.
Yeah, I mean, you're good. Like, I mean, I know we've been talking about it in the past couple of weeks now, but I mean, once Stanton comes back, there's going to be a hard decision that's going to be made in terms of how you're going to shuffle the lineup moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, most definitely. And I guess I want to use that to, I guess we'll segue and then we'll come back. Dog, we went and saw Bazana this weekend.
Yeah, we did. That was a good time.
That was a really good time. So Saturday, it's funny because like, I don't know if you know, but Friday he went crazy.
Well, yeah, he had the home run in the 9th inning to tie,
run.
Right?
Yep, and the yell after over to the dugout.
I like
Bazana's fire, man. He's fire. He's more fiery, I think, than I realized.
Yeah, which I love. I think we haven't had that kind of fire from a guy. I mean, Karinchak kind of gave it to you, but that was more in like a clowning way. I'm excited, to see Bazana's fire continue to rise throughout the Guardian system. But we saw that yell Saturday, Chris, but it just wasn't for the same reason. Bazana got, I think, his first ever major league career, or professional career ejection.
Yeah, I think so. And it was a bad game. What do you have? 3 backwards Ks?
3 backwards Ks. He did have a base hit. But yeah, I thought, I mean, we were sitting behind home plate. I thought the ump was that zone was expanding later in the game. After, it was funny, the catcher for the Rubber Ducks completely missed a fastball that just drilled the ump in the head. And then after that is when things started to spiral.
So the first strikeout that Bazzana had was a great pitch.
Yeah.
The other ones were a little questionable with the strike zone, but the strike zone was good until that moment.
Yeah, the ump was pissed.
Yeah, and he should be. It's like, is that fair?
No, it's not fair.
I don't know, man. Do your job as a catcher.
Yeah,
like a catcher, like a catcher. Your job as the catcher is to make sure that guy behind you is happy and in a good place mentally, right?
Well, listen, you also need to be a professional as an ump and put your biases aside when an unfortunate scenario happens.
I am a minor league umpire. This weak ass catcher's got to be hit in the face.
Good. You know what? If it was, because it was a 6-game series, I wonder, do they have that same crew for all 6 games?
No, I was there the next day. It was a different ump.
Okay. But same crew though, right?
You said what?
Is it the same crew though?
Oh, it might be the same. I don't know.
Well, I'm saying he might have had a bad call early in the series somewhere else, and Akron said, "You know what? We're gonna make sure he knows that we're aware that he's sucking ass this series." So,
okay, so here we go. As a Yankee fan, I think Bazzana's okay. I think Bazzana's good. I don't know if I love him as the number 1 overall pick so far. Is that fair of me, or do I need to give it more time?
That's fair. I mean, I think everyone who's kind of watched him so far has said that he's been a little underwhelming. I mean, yeah, you want bigger numbers from a guy that was drafted 1st overall, especially given his age. I mean, he's like an older player too for when he was drafted. I mean, we talked about it today. Dominguez is younger than Bazzana.
Right.
So I'm a little disappointed so far, but at the same time, I'm not panicking. I think I see the tools there. I thought he put together some good swings, on Saturdays. A lot of them were just fouling balls off, but he had the one base hit the opposite way, which I liked. And I don't know, we'll see him moving forward. Hopefully he progresses well. I want to see him get called up to AAA by hopefully like next month. So but he really needs to heat up in order for that to happen.
Nick Kurtz, last 7 games in the majors, 286. 407 on base percentage, 429 slugging. Nick has been good, man.
Yeah, he really has, dude. That A's team, I mean, you guys kind of took it to him yesterday with Sevy on the mound, but that game Saturday, like they got a good little lineup there.
No, they're young and fun. They're young and really fun. They're gonna be a real good team here at some point down the road until they sell everybody. But yeah, Nick is the first one in that age group to get drafted. It's wild because like Bazzana was the little guy because that whole top of that class is all giants.
Yeah, it's all big dudes. I mean, him, Charlie Condone, Jack Caglione, like those are just kind of just big dudes, big bats, and yeah, Bazzana. But again, that's guard ball, man. Let's draft a little scrappy guy. I mean, hey, Josie's 5'9", a $170. We can make it work.
Yeah, is Bazzana your guy?
I honestly,
were you a Bazzana guy? Like, who didn't you want? Because which one of them can't make it out of single A or high A? Charlie.
Is that Charlie? That might be Charlie.
Yeah, bro. I don't know if you've kept up with him, but I was on his stuff the other day because remember the Baseball America people said that he's got a really big hole in his swing, right?
Yes. Well, he was the one guy that I was most, I guess, concerned with heading into the draft. Now, I did not say that I didn't want him because I think the power, especially
the power plays
team that lacks power, like, yeah, it would have been nice seeing him in a guard's uniform, but he did have some massive holes in his swing. So I'm not surprised to see him struggling like that.
Let me make sure I get it right before. Yeah, dude. So Charlie is still in high A. His average is dipped down to 180.
That's bad, man.
No, that has to be last year.
I'll tell you right now.
They've got no numbers on him this year.
He might be hurt.
Okay. But he played in spring training, didn't he?
No, so here we go. 2025 minor league stats. He's hitting 235.
Okay.
So far. But he's still in rookie ball.
He's
rehabbing right now.
Okay, rehabbing a rookie ball.
But he's not he's hitting, I mean, it's only been 6 games, but he's only hitting 235.
235 in rookie ball is not good.
Yeah. 8 Ks, 1 walk, 8 Ks in 6 games. And just 2 extra base hits in those 6 games, both doubles. No home runs for him yet.
Yeah, that's definitely alarming. Now he's the one that looks like he is going to take the longest to come up, I think.
Yeah. But I guess you kind of see that. I mean, shit. How old was Judge when he debuted?
Judge was, I believe, 24.
Okay, so I mean that's a little bit older.
Maybe he was
Not
older than
terribly
that.
old.
But Aaron Judge also wasn't a top 5 pick.
Yes, that's very true. Yeah, Judge was 24 when he came up.
Yeah, he wasn't a top 5 pick.
Yeah.
He wasn't viewed. I mean, he was viewed as like a massive project, huge bust potential because of the strikeout numbers everyone was concerned about.
Yeah. That's true. The hype around Condon was definitely greater in college. But I again, it's so early to really. I mean, these guys haven't even been in the minors for a year yet. So,
right.
Guys like Bazana and even Condon for that sense, like give them time. I think those guys hopefully will progress well, especially Bazana for the try. But shit, did you see MLB Pipeline just updated their top 100 rankings today?
Did they? How much of a jump did my boy Lombard have?
Bro, biggest jump in all of the top 100. He moved up 49 spots from 93 to 44 overall.
Bro, he's real deal, dude. I've been on it super early too. Like Lombard, like the bloodlines. I mean, he is Jackson Holiday with a less famous father.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair.
Just nobody wants to say it, bro. Like George Lombard Sr., if he was as famous as Matt Holliday, that's how good. Like this kid was going to be a top 5 pick in the draft if he didn't have such a strong commitment to Vandy. And then the Yankees, I'm sure, had a backdoor handshake deal. Like, if we draft you, you're going to sign. You know, his brother is like the number 2 player in next year's class.
Okay.
Like next year's high school class behind Ethan Holiday.
Okay, I was going to say that's the same. Holiday, the younger Holiday. Damn.
Yeah.
That's going to be fun to follow those two as they come up. But
so the Lombard family, the Holiday family. No, Lombard's really good, man. I mean, he's not hitting for power yet in AA, which is fine. He did have so the Rubber Duck series was his first series up. He did have I believe he had 2 multi-hit games.
Okay,
which is not bad. And then he got a hit, an infield hit.
Yeah, on Saturday. Well, I was chirping him Saturday saying he couldn't hit the ball out of the infield, but
he's 19-year-old man. He's going to be really good.
Him only being 19 is crazy too. And in AA, I mean, shit, he'll probably debut before he's 21, man. Before he can leave.
Yeah, so I think it sounds like the plan is for him to be the opening day third baseman next year.
I mean, you gotta hope, right? Because
that's what they want.
Yeah, unless you go out and get a free agent, but
and they don't want to do that.
No,
I think like the Yankees, ideologies are changing. I think that they want to extend Wells and extend Jazz.
Okay,
I don't know if they want to play because they're realizing they're not going to be able to spend like the Mets or the Dodgers moving forward.
Yeah,
so I think they want to start to move to the extend game. But here we go. Bad news. Before we get into a topic, I wanted to wait for Z to get in here for the Devers topic, but DJ LeMahieu is on the jet right now.
Is the call made?
Jet. He's scheduled to land in Seattle today.
Okay. What's the move? Are you Pablo Reyes going down or DFA'd?
Vivas.
Okay.
Jorbit Vivas. He's the only one with the options.
Okay, so rather than having a DFA someone.
Yeah. So Jorbit Vivas is going to get sent down. I think he did a decent job in like his fill-in. Got a couple hits in the A's series.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, LeMahieu's on the way. I don't know where he's going to play though.
Hopefully the bench, right?
he's playing, dude. They have like a weird obsession with him. It's because of the contract, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
I will live with it because we have not had good third baseman play. Yeah.
Also, it's like with the way your lineup's constructed, you don't even need him to hit for any sort of power, dude. If he can hit 280, 290 and just get back to what he does best and kind of get that inside out approach and just hit the ball the other way for a base hit, like you just want him on base and to get that average, like I guess slightly above 260 in order for you really don't need him hit for any sort of power with the way.
Brother, I will settle with 235 and no power.
I mean, I would hope with with the way his bat plays, like you got to hope he can hit 270.
Dog, the way his bat plays, we saw he played for us last year.
I know, but I'm saying I think he can get back to where he was, dude. This guy was one of the best hitters in the league. I mean,
He
aside
was.
from last year at 204, dude, he never had a season, or the last 2 years it's been bad, but before that, 260, 268, 364, 327. Like, he's consistently been a 270 or greater hitter. I don't know.
I'm just excited to not see Pablo Reyes in my infield anymore, because I know that I know Max Tree was upset about that. But honestly, like, it's funny because I'm saying this now, but I also don't know if I would, like, today he's probably not better than Peraza or Cabrera.
No, I guess it's how well you view both of those guys.
Well, I view those guys as both really good defenders.
Okay.
At the minimum, like Peraza especially is a really good defender, and also like Cabrera's. If Cabrera was a Guardian, he would be a cult hero. He would have a bobblehead night every 2 days.
Yeah, dude, he's your prototypical Guardian player. I mean, the guy who can play any position, will have his moments hitting, but like has never been consistent enough.
Yeah, because this year Oswaldo Cabrera is hitting 243, 630 OPS.
Yeah, that's
81 OPS plus.
Sounds like Will Brennan to me.
Yeah, bro, that is Will Brennan. But you guys just made a move too, right? Shortstop.
Yeah, dude, we just called him up. Shout out Will Brennan. Yeah, Brayan Rocchio finally got the demotion to AAA. It's been a long time coming, man. Rocchio's been so bad this year, and that's one of those ones that when you were trying to project the Guardians 2025 season, he was going to be such an integral part, I thought, just the way he closed out last season. And he's been so bad this year. -1 WAR, a 165 average, 433 OPS, dude. It's like, it's been historically bad. Like, his offensive numbers, a 26 OPS plus, dude. His offensive numbers this year have been worse than Jimenez, worse than the worst of Miles Straw. Like, it's been really, really fucking bad.
Dog, what happened though?
But really, what happened is that we saw a guy go crazy when the moment needed it, and he kind of stepped up to the plate. But dude, this is who Rocchio is. In 555 at-bats right now, he's got a career 582 OPS.
Playoff riser, is that what we're saying?
Playoff riser, yeah. Or just a guy that got fucking unbelievably hot for a 2-week window and rode it. And honestly, it came at a great time for us, but I really just don't. And the more I've watched it this year, he can't even get a bunt down. He's not even playing good defense anymore. He's so far in his own head that this move needed to happen. And honestly, I hope he figures it out. But it's hard to see it happen.
Yeah, his batting run value for players that are qualified is among the worst in the league right now.
Yeah, dude, he's literally, 433 OPS. What's Miles Straw at the worst of his worst? He never had a season with an under 500 OPS, and that's still pretty fucking bad. But
yeah, bro, he's it's been bad. It's been really bad.
Yeah, Miles Straw this year 284 average, 687 OPS, 96 OPS plus. Not that bad, all things considered.
How do you feel about young guys that like go through these slumps, but like they've never hit the ball hard? Because I don't know if he'll ever come back. Like I think it's over.
Yeah, I agree. It's not like he's getting unlucky. Like with a guy like Nolan Jones, you can look at his expected stats and be like, all right, shit, he's top 10 in the league in average exit velo. Like, you figure he's going to get hot despite the 156 average or whatever it is now. You hope that those, the fact that he's barreling up the ball, that he's hitting it hard, that it's going to start to click. But for a guy like Rocchio, like, it wasn't good contact. And those other intangibles that, all right, if you're struggling at the plate, at least do everything else right. It was bad base running, it was bad fielding, and it was bad little things like trying to get down a bunt. Just not going to happen.
Yeah, his fielding run value 0, base running value 0, batting run value -9.
Yeah, dude. If you're going to be that bad at the plate, at least with Straw, and I'll use Miles Straw and Andres Jimenez as the two biggest examples. Like, they both provided elite defensive value. They both provided elite base running. So it's like you could live with the 600 OPS.
Yeah. That's why I live with Volpe.
Yeah, 100%. And it's like, shit, at least Volpe, has he heated back up at all, or?
Yeah, so right now Volpe's hitting 236 with an OPS of 738.
Yeah. Like, again, but elite defense. So that's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's upsetting. But Gabriel Arias truthers, man. It was always Arias.
We're back. We're back.
Talk to me about your young guys, because Domínguez,
Mhm.
who I've been super critical of early on this year, and it was starting to get traction that he was maybe just a platoon guy, and then all of a sudden, I feel like Domínguez heard these things comparing him to fucking Kerry Carpenter or whatever, and he said, "Nah, fuck y'all. I'm gonna hit 3 home runs in a single game." The youngest Yankee to ever do so.
You know, Domínguez definitely heating up. It feels like he's arrived. And it's funny because, like, this is the first time in his career that he's gotten, like, consistent at bats because he dealt with all, like, the weird muscle injuries.
Yep.
I mean, I know a lot of people were really frustrated about the left versus right. And even I kind of started to fall into, like, okay, like, maybe he is just going to hit left-handed at some point and just be, like, a lefty, like the way Mullins went from switch hitting to just hitting on one side.
Yeah.
But then he does a thing where it's like he'll be bad on his right side, but then he'll always manage to have a clutch hit on the right side.
Yeah.
It's like, well, the batting average on the right side was so low. It was always a clutch hit. And then at least in the last like 2 weeks, he's put it together. Now, the big announcement to everybody is he became the youngest player in Yankee history to have a 3 home run game.
Yeah.
That's a record that stood for 85 years.
Yeah.
Like,
crazy shit.
I mean, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about someone who's like younger than Bazana, like a 22-year-old, just turned 22.
Yeah.
And is figuring it out. And he had a really good series. I believe in the series he had over 300. He ran through a stop sign to score from first on a double. Like, we're talking about a guy that is on the way. So right now his last, where are we at splits wise?
I mean, dude, his last 7 days he's got a 1200 OPS.
Yeah, it's really hot.
I mean, carried by that 3 home runs, but
yeah, oh yeah, definitely help by the home runs. But if you just go May so far, 333 average, 433 on base, 750 slugging. Obviously, the 3 home runs helped that, and the 1100 OPS. Like, we're talking about like someone who is sorting through it, and he was always going to be that. Like, it was always going to take a little bit longer, despite the huge expectations. And if he's good, this Yankee lineup is so long and so dangerous with a ton of pop.
Yeah. And that's, again, just another reason why LeMahieu can just be a singles hitter, man. Just get guys on base for you know, the rest of that line. I mean, between if Bellinger figures it out, which he's starting to, right? He's
Bellinger since 420 has been really good.
Yeah. So you got to figure if he gets back to what you kind of expect from him, that combination of Rice, Belly, Judge, and Goldschmidt at the top of the lineup. Plus, then you add Domínguez. If Volpe can hit for power, like it's a dangerous lineup.
Yeah, it's and I feel like we're capable of like putting up a 8 spot on everybody.
Yeah,
like on everybody. I mean, Bellinger here recently too, which has been really nice. His May split so far: 273 average, 333 on base, 755 slugging, and a 788 OPS. So he's been a lot better. And then like the last 7 days, 333, 391, 496. 897. So
yeah,
he's starting to get to it, man.
Absolutely. That's what you hope from those guys. And you knew Bellinger would snap out of it. He's too good of a player to have these elongated stretches.
Yeah, I was worried about Bellinger because the bat speed was so low. But I've like changed my tune on the whole bat speed thing. I'm like back and forth with it, just given like the 3 lowest bat speeds in the entire MLB.
Yeah, so Chris sent me a text. What was that, Friday night? 3 lowest bat speeds in MLB, and I was floored by all of it. But it's Stephen Kwan, Luis Ariz, and Jacob Wilson, right?
Yep, all guys hitting. They're like 330 contact hitters, dude.
Insane,
dude. It's like time in the zone, bro. It's like if you have a good idea, like if you have a good eye of the strike zone, like your barrel being in the zone, you're not going to hit for a ton of power that way. But guys just like slap the ball all over the place.
And what I think Kwan has done a good job at in the last year and this year and all of last year is being selective onto when to attack and really try to, launch the ball. That's why we've kind of seen an uptick in power from him in recent years. But what makes him so valuable, and same thing with Ariz and so far Wilson in his career, it's like those guys are going to get on base and they're going to work counts, man. Mm-hmm. Like that's what you need at the top of the orders. Like you want. Like when Stephen Kwan's up at bat, I know that Josie's going to see probably 6-7 pitches before he even gets into the box. And like, that's such an advantage.
Honestly, like what separates like Ariz from Kwan Well, what separates Quan and Jacob Wilson from Arise is the speed on the base paths too, though.
Yeah, because Arise is uncharacteristically slow.
He's super slow and not a good defender. Like Jacob Wilson and Stephen Quan are both really good defenders.
Yeah, and you're right. Both have speed too.
Both are fast. Do you think Arise is going to get 100 million this offseason?
How old is he now? Because he's sneakily been in the league for, it seems like, a decent while.
No,
he's
this is about to be his first. This is about to be his first year pre-arb.
Yeah. I think a team will absolutely give him 100 mil just because they're going to fall in love with the average.
Okay.
I think that's it.
Because you know what this free agent class is going to look like, right? Who the top dogs are?
Who is it?
It's Tucker.
Okay.
Schwarber.
Okay.
Michael King. Arise. It was going to be Vladdy. Was going to be the
yeah, but he got the extension.
He got the extension.
I think Arise. Yeah, he'll make 100 million.
You think so? That's wild.
How much would you? I know you're not a big Arise guy, but I think
I would not pay Arise. I would not pay Arise. I would pay Arise to go away from my team.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like for me, he's just a worse version of Quan and what we already have. So it's like,
well, my issue is Arise is the spot that he eats up.
Because he's playing first base, and that's a power position.
Yeah, he's a first baseman. You know why he's a first baseman? Because he couldn't play second, and he couldn't play outfield.
Yeah.
And he's not a great first baseman. So for me, I don't like Arise because I am on this, I need Max Fried to be competitive for the next 4 years, and he's a ground ball guy. So I want a good defense.
Yeah.
You can't play him anywhere. He doesn't hit for power enough to justify it. And like my roster doesn't really have a ton of on base guys. Like I think he's better as like the fifth hitter.
Yeah, I agree.
Just like
because he doesn't have speed, so it's like you don't want to hit him. I think his ideal position isn't up at the top of the lineup because he's not going to give you that tremendous base running.
No, I would bat him 5th or 9th, and I would not give a 5 hitter that isn't going to give me 15 home runs a year, 100 million.
I guess it depends on how long the contract is.
Yeah, so it's probably going to be in that LeMahieu range. Like LeMahieu got the 3-year, $90 million deal.
Oof. That's a $30 million a year for Arise. See, I was thinking, what was it? Jimenez got like the 7-year, $100 million extension from Cleveland. I think Arise will be. I think his AAV will be closer to that. I don't think
right. It'll be closer to 20 actually, not 30.
Yeah, I think it'll be around 20. I think that's fair.
Yeah, because it won't be 15. Because 15 is like what the aging players get.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think that's right. I think 20 million. I think if you get him, I think a team could do 5 years, 100 though. It's what I could see happening.
Yeah, I could see that.
Then you got him till he's 34 years old. Basically, it's like his prime years. You hope.
Gavin Williams. Your voice.
There's life to our ERA bet.
There isn't, but
there is. Gavin's down to 4.38, and what Rodon is at? He's 3.29. Like we're shrinking the gap. We're shrinking the gap, but that's it. That's what the beauty of it still being early in the season is. Like one good start for Gavin and it's not like Rodon didn't even pitch that poorly. What is it? 4 earned runs he gave up.
Yeah.
In 6 innings, but like, yeah, we're right back in this. Don't you worry.
You're not in this, bro. Rodon is like on a 2-1, 2-1, 2-1. So we're good. We're good. I think. Wait, did the Yankees announce who's pitching tonight?
I did not see it yet, but still says TBA for me.
Are you on ESPN?
No, I'm looking on Savant.
Oh, well, Savant waits for the official lineup cards, don't they?
Well, yeah. I mean, that's what MLB gets first, I think.
Because let me see teams. I think it should be Schmidt today. View schedule. So I've got Schmidt, Hancock today, Fried, Wu tomorrow, Warren, Castillo on Wednesday.
Okay.
And then Rodon kicks off the Subway Series.
Oh, we got Subway Series action this weekend.
Yeah.
You guys have an off day. Do you have an off day Thursday?
Yeah, we got an off day Thursday, and then it's Subway Series.
Okay. Yeah, because we go. Where was it? We have Milwaukee at home. This is honestly, we got to take 2 out of 3 from Milwaukee now after not being able to against Philly. This is like a 6-game homestand that I would like to go at least 3-3. But tonight's going to be tough as we go against Freddie. Freddie and Ben Lively tonight. Then tomorrow we've got Priester for Milwaukee against Logan Allen. So who knows where that's going to go. And then we got Gavin against Quintana on Wednesday. So kind of it should be an interesting series. We definitely have to win 2 or 3. I would love to freaking sweep Milwaukee. I hope that we get the same pitching staff that you guys faced.
Nestor and them?
Well, we won't get Nestor, but I hope everyone else pitches the way that they pitched against y'all. So,
dude, I'm starting Caleb Durbin today in my fantasy league.
Really?
Yeah.
Against Ben Lively?
Yeah, I moved Jimenez to the IL.
Oh, I didn't realize Jimenez got hurt.
Yep, 10-day. So I got a 10-day slot. So I was like, all right, let me just because I love Caleb Durbin.
Yeah.
Big Caleb Durbin guy over here. That's baby Volpe.
Yeah, exactly.
We love him. Yeah. So what else? Oh, okay. Here we go. I'm going to ask you a couple questions.
Okay.
Oh, Z's in here. Perfect timing. What do you think Rafael Devers is worth in this market? Because here we go. The reports came out before the year. There was grumblings that he was thinking about asking for a trade because the whole third base thing with Bregman, and then Tristan Casas, goes and gets hurt. He's out for the year. He's got the patellar tendon injury. And it doesn't sound like Marcelo Mayer or Roman Anthony's an option at first base. But it sounds like they maybe asked Devers if he would play first. And he kind of said no. And now 2 more reports came out today about potentially trading Devers.
It's weird to try to come up with a package for Devers because one of the only instances we have with like a similar scenario in terms of contract is skewed because the one team had a general manager that used to play for the other team. So he got away with highway robbery.
You my Yankees into this?
I'm just saying, if you look at the contracts, this is almost identical situation of what we saw with Giancarlo Stanton going from Miami to New York.
The Marlins needed to shed payroll.
The Marlins were 3 years into that 13-year whatever $1 million deal that they signed Stanton to. The Red Sox are in year 3 of the $10-year extension they signed Devers to. But the return for Stanton from New York was Starlin Castro, who at the time was a good major league player, a 4-time All-Star. I understood that. Do you give them only 2 prospects and $30 million for Stanton? One of the prospects was unranked. The other was the number 9 prospect at the time. So it's like you look back on that trade and you're like, how the fuck did they get away with that? And a lot of it was contingent on the Yankees would have had to pay, or the Yankees did end up paying more money because Stanton opted into the his player option in 2020. So with Devers, there's no opt-outs, no options for players or clubs. You got him locked up till 2033. If I'm the Red Sox, I'm asking for a MLB ready position player who preferably has some experience and most likely has already been an all-star. And I'm asking for 3 top 10 prospects.
So now we're up to Ken Rosenthal and Sean McAdam and Bleacher Report have all reported that a trade is not out of the question. So you want 3 prospects.
Yeah. 3 top 10 prospects, and I want an MLB ready position player that can contribute right now. You're talking about one of the best hitters in the sport. And you're going to have him locked up for 7 more years. And he hasn't shown a decline. In fact, his OPS this year is the 3rd best of his career. It's better than it was last year. And that's including the atrocious start he got off to.
I also want to take this chance before I give my thoughts on the whole trade thing. I'm really thankful for Aaron Judge. Now, I don't put this whole thing on Devers because obviously they keep asking him to switch positions. He was told when he signed his contract he'd be playing third for the longevity. You talked him into putting his glove down, then you're asking him to pick his glove back up. I'm just so thankful for Aaron Judge because if Aaron Boone and Cashman said, hey, Aaron, we know you've never played third base, but we need you to play third base for us to win, he would go. No questions asked. Hey, Aaron, do you want to play first? Hey, Aaron, do you want to DH? He would do anything for the team. No questions asked. Just go, and I'll do it. And I'll be the best teammate possible. Devers is the opposite, and they paid him like he isn't that, which is cool, whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm really thankful for my captain. Really thankful for my captain.
I mean, listen, there's something to be said about, you know, a player doing what's best for the team versus what he wants to do. I don't know. I guess it is a little tough.
Yeah, here's Z. This is a good point. Boston got to stop asking Devers to switch position. Let him DH. Management got us into the situation. Get us out of this without trading Devers. Since he was 0-19, he got a 3.19 since. No reason risking getting him out of his rhythm.
Yeah, he's 28 years old. You have him locked up till 2033. Like, it would be stupid for them to trade him. But if this situation really gets out of hand, that's got to be the asking price, right? 3 top 10 prospects and an MLB ready player, position player that's already a proven hitter in the league is what I'm asking for.
I know the Yankees. They'll never do business with the Yankees. They'll never do it. They won't do it on a player of this caliber.
No.
But I would be willing, like as a Yankee guy.
Yeah.
I'll give you Jorbit. I'll give you Spencer. And who else? And I'd give you Oswaldo Cabrera.
That's not enough.
It's not enough.
No, dude. You're talking about your number 2 prospect and then 2 ass players.
Who's our number 3 prospect?
Ben Hess?
Nope. Who's number 4?
Bryce Cunningham?
Nope. Who's number 5?
Roderick Arias?
Yes. I would give Arias, Spencer Jones, Oswaldo Cabrera. Wait, I'd give you Belly, Spencer Jones, and Roderick Arias.
That's a more tempting offer than Oswaldo Cabrera. Yeah, that offer makes sense. The one thing I guess that would be hesitant because Belly's a free agent after this year or next?
Next.
So you'd get Belly for a year and change.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'd want someone with a little more control or younger. I think. But I don't hate that package. I think you're on the right idea there.
Because that would help solve the outfield problem too.
Yeah. But again, like the Red Sox are in a weird spot too, because because Roman Anthony's going to take one of those outfield spots.
Yeah.
Duran's got the other.
But why are they in a weird spot? Because where else can Cody play? Cody's a first baseman.
That's true. You're right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, Cody's in a good first baseman.
Yeah. So yeah, no, that actually settles it.
Hey, don't talk to me, Z. Talk to the Lord. Because Cash is about to get that. No, he's not. They would never.
I still think I would add in another top 10 prospect.
I was like, well, do you want Warren?
Shit, Boston definitely. What about Schlittler?
No. I saw Schlittler biting his fingernails and thinking about picking his nose. He's good. He's my perfect autistic 6'5" pitcher. I love Schlittler.
There it is.
And Schlittler's probably gonna be a reliever for the Yankees at some point.
Okay.
No, he's not. He's got the pitch mix is too big.
How many pitches does he throw?
But he throws. Well, I heard him in there bitching about his sinker when he came in.
Okay.
So 4-seam, 2-seam, slider, curve. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then we'll get this before we get you out of here, Pat. I missed the alert. Hopefully I haven't missed the Will Brennan news. Will Brennan back in Cleveland, right?
Yeah, he is. Brennan.
Are you excited? Be excited.
Dude, it's Will Brennan. We've seen this play out before. It's like, to me, I'm happy that Rocchio was sent down. But with Will Brennan, we know this plays out, dude. Career 685 OPS. His only 2 big league seasons where he's played over 100 games, 655 OPS, 697 OPS last year. He's a good 4th outfielder. He's a good quad A player. But it just, what bothers me is that it complicates an already complicated outfield situation. We're trying to figure out whether Nolan Jones or John Kenzie Noel can can figure out how to be an everyday player, or is this just going to be an awful platoon situation because neither guy has been able to step up? We've got a mess in center field that Angel Martinez has done a good job cleaning up, but once Lane Thomas comes back, that then complicates things even more because Lane Thomas was so ass before going on the IL. You now bring up Will Brennan, another outfielder who has been, again, a sub 700 OPS guy his entire career. Oh, yeah, Daniel Schneemann has actually looked good in center field, but because you just dropped down Rocchio, Schneemann's now your everyday second baseman, and Arias is your everyday shortstop. And you really have no kind of utility players that can now play the infield. So you've just left yourself in a weird position. I don't love the move to bring up Brennan at this point. I think the Guardians are just trying to find one of these outfielders to get hot. The only problem is it's always in a platoon, so you're not really giving guys chances to really go get hot. I think the one guy who's shown flashes is Nolan Jones, just based off of expected, batting average and hard hit rates.
Ball sounds coming off his bat, dude.
Yeah, dude. Like, and he's taking walks. Like, I like it, but I don't know. It's just like, then why'd you bring up Will Brennan? Because he's also a strictly Will Brennan's at his best versus right-handed pitching, and that's what Nolan Jones is good at. So if you're not committed to Nolan Jones, then I don't know. It's just the move. I didn't like that part of the move. I liked sending down Rocchio. I've made that pretty clear. I just don't love bringing up.
Who would you have brought up?
Honestly, I would have brought up any of our infielders. In part is because I want us to open something up for Bazana when the time comes, which I think he could be ready now. I don't think he's the numbers back it up, but I think at a certain point, because he's drafted number 1 and because he's expected to kind of help out relatively quick, I wouldn't be surprised if the Guardians promoted him to AAA sooner than maybe he's ready for, just to see how he adjusts. And it's like right now, by sending down Rocchio, you're just creating another body in that infield that already is kind of just crowded. So I don't know.
Makes sense. Checks out. But let's get you out of here, Pat. We're going to end the show a little bit early today. We'll be back maybe Thursday. We got to do a live stream soon at some point.
Dude, we really do. What? We're both off Thursday, right?
Me and you are?
I think.
Oh, I thought you meant off work. I'm like, what?
No. We're both our teams are off.
Yeah, Thursday. I'm off. We're off Thursday.
So shit,
we'll figure it out. But get us out of here, Pat. Strike 3.
Strike 3. We're out.